What's going on, my fellow internerds? Co-host Mike Barrel here. I think.
Oh my God damn it, Mike! You're not a variant.
But what if I am like a studlier, more handsome version of myself that you just don't know?
Anyway, what's going on, guys? Steven Dobbins here. We got a great episode 5 of Loki for you. But before we do that, we want to shout out our sponsor, Sets Hybrid Training. Of course, you know what it is. They're also sponsoring our 60-day Shang-Chi workout challenge, which I totally failed. I did fail. We saw Black Widow, ate popcorn. We just had pizza with parallel fish.
It's okay. It is okay. We're back to it on Monday.
Not even tomorrow. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you can stay on top of all our content. Now, let's get into this because, Mike, we have a ton of greatness to cover in this video.
Indeed, good sir, indeed. A ton of fan service, illustrated beautifully with some amazing comic book nods and amazing cinematography that absolutely blew me away, and just an overall epic episode that has completely reimagined the MCU and has easily been one of, but maybe the best 49 minutes, most satisfying moment watching MCU in my life.
Speaking of cinematography, every episode of Loki was directed by the incredibly talented Kate Herron, whose visionary techniques we see right away with a mind-twisting opening sequence.
Yeah, dude. This whole opening shot honestly reminded me of some of the shots from Black Panther, which requires an insane amount of talent.
Which is funny you say that, because Loki is shot by Autumn Derlin, who is also shooting the upcoming Black Panther sequel, Wakanda Forever.
No way. That's crazy, dude. Respect. And you know, since I've become an inner nerd, I've learned a lot more about the film making side of things, thanks to Steven and Robin, like to you and Robin, obviously. And so I've learned to appreciate these aspects so much more. For example, the score is so amazing.
Yeah, we really wanted to tease the main theme, but we were not really sure about copyright issues. We're still kind of new to this.
So anyway, we literally start the show with spiraling through the TVA elevator doors through the robotic face of the timekeeper, Sylvie Severed. We get some fog, then beautifully transition right into the void, flying through the city of the TVA's dump, essentially. We gaze our eyes upon the extremely comic book accurate Alliance, and finally, where we left off the last episode with Loki facing other variants of himself. Mind you, this is all one shot.
Yeah. We get Kid Loki,
who's the baddest across the entire timelines.
Alligator Loki.
I mean, it's Gator Loki, not Croc Loki, get it right.
Boastful Loki.
AKA Clickbait Loki.
Richard E. Grant as our classic Loki.
AKA Fossil Loki.
We're all meeting each other for the first time at a bus stop with Alliance eyeing them for lunch, according to classic Loki.
Now, for those of you who have no idea, Alliance made its first appearance in the comic book series Avengers: The Terminator's Objective. It feeds on temporal energy and can absorb time travelers as well as entire time periods near the portion of the dimensional plane it occupies.
We move back to the TVA where Ravonna explains to Sylvie the void and pruning.
Finally.
In a mostly accurate explanation, atoms cannot be destroyed, simply transferred to the end of time, where supposedly the timekeepers are creating a utopia.
So I guess part of my theory is right, where all the variants, they do get sent to that same place, but unfortunately it's not Chronopolis, it's the Void, or basically the MCU's take on Limbo from the comics. But could that be Chronopolis at the end?
Whoa, let's hold on there, Mike. Don't spoil our theories yet. Let's touch on that later. We get our Loki, or is it Loki? Is it Lokis?
I don't know.
Loki. Loki. Walking through the void past a UFO, a pirate ship, an airplane, these crazy looking dodo birds. No, the usual. Whereas our Loki is mentally breaking down, the variants tell him that there's only one thing they can do in the void. Survive.
They make their way to the hideout, aka Easter Egg Haven, with Yellow Jacket's helmet, the classic Thanos copter, Throg stuck in a jar trying to wield Mjolnir, hashtag free Throg.
Hashtag.
And probably some more Eric Voss will find in the bowling alley throne room, I guess, in his breakdown if you haven't seen it yet.
From there we get Sylvie escaping the TVA by pruning herself after an extremely sketchy altercation between her, Ravonna, and Miss Minutes. Bro, Miss Minutes, no trust.
Yeah, I don't trust her at all, for real.
No faith.
There's something sketchy about her. Like, is she a real thing? Is she being controlled by Ravonna? Is someone at the other end controlling her?
You know what I don't get? Where's her power source? Where do you unplug her?
Yeah, right?
Like, where she just
no
shows
idea.
up. Like, where's the sensor? Like, how does she just... Is she magic?
I know the Tempad summons her, but that's about it.
Right, but like she just appears. It doesn't like come out of it. Like,
yeah, but like you said, she's either a massive misdirect or a huge play in the show.
There's no in the middle there.
There's no in the middle. It's a massive misdirect or a heavy character. So I guess we'll find out as we go through.
Well, one more episode.
One more. Yeah. So we then get the massive Loki fight after they all turn on each other as Loki would do, and our Loki, classic Loki, Kid Loki, and Gator Loki escape the fight to take on Alioth face to face with an insane plan to just, you know, kill it, since it's apparently that easy.
That's alligator for growling and saying liar at the same time.
Sylvie wakes up in the void, being chased down by Alioth. Very interesting moment, looking though as if she's enchanted it slightly, and saw the entrance to the castle we see at the end of the episode.
But most importantly, our main guy Mobius is still alive, driving a pizza delivery car and rescue Sylvie.
So long story short, Mobius is given the temp pad from Sylvie to go burn the TVA to the ground.
To the ground.
Sylvie and Loki are able to enchant Alioth with the amazing help of classic Loki, who spares his life for them, and we end the episode with Sylvie and Loki walking towards a castle-like structure, apparently at the end of time.
Such an insane episode, and don't forget, just before all that took place, Hunter B-15 and Ravonna had this bone-chilling moment where Ravonna was interrogating her about what Sylvie knows, since Ravonna might not actually have any idea who's behind the TVA and is dying to know, but gets absolutely schooled by Hunter 15. One of my favorite mini moments of this episode.
This has been some of the best television I've ever seen.
Agreed. Yeah, this is I love the way the MCU is going with this show. They're showing us that this is the way we want to take the MCU moving forward, how we're going to set up future projects, and how we're going to make these characters have great background stories so that you're prepared for the films going forward.
Yeah, and to your point, Marvel is giving us a lexicon of terminologies, of ideas. We now have all these things that we can play off the next, I guess, 5 years of storylines because, yeah, Throg exists.
So does Gator Loki.
The end of time, timekeepers, all these things, the multiverse. There might be a battle of who oversees the multiverse, the Supreme Sorcerer, the Timekeeper, whoever that might be. They all see, like, we don't, and now we get things like What If, which is just normal now.
Yeah.
It just
completely
exists.
normal. What do you think is going to happen next?
Crap, I was asking you that because I don't know. No, you put me on the spot. Oh, no.
Bang, bang, bang. Me first.
Oh, no. Pruning me. Prune. What do I think? Man, we are getting our answer. I know that. Obviously, what everyone wants to know, and we're going to say something and we're going to be so wrong. Who is in the castle? I want it to be Kang. I don't. It's either going to be Kang or it's not. I know that's a terrible cop out. Because the other answer to me is that it's an older version of Loki who, and it might be this Loki actually, which is a weird, because it's, if they're all variants of this, I mean, obviously it would be him. And he's the all-seer, essentially, who created the TVA to prune Lokis to, I guess, I don't know, put them in their place.
Yeah.
What do you think? I don't know.
I think it's Kang. 100%
You're sticking to the theory?
I'm sticking to the theory. I mean, the Easter eggs that we've had throughout this entire show just doesn't make sense for it not to be Kang. And a lot of people are saying that, oh, they would introduce a big bad in a show. Well, why not?
So yeah, so I understand what you're saying about the big bad. And this is, I don't want to do any spoilers here, but we did just get a Black Widow film that did connect to a Disney Plus series. To your point.
Yes.
There's no reason a Disney Plus series now cannot connect.
Yeah, or set up a big bad going forward.
Because they just did it. They literally just did it with Black Widow.
Yes.
And Kevin Feige came out and said he doesn't care about contracts or anything like that anymore. All properties are equal. So they all mean the same thing. So I hope you're right. You were pretty much spot on about getting sent somewhere.
Yes.
It just happened to be the same place.
But do we think that castle-looking structure is Chronopolis?
Ryan said, and Ryan's here looking at me straight in the eyes, but he thought it could be Doom's castle.
Which would be interesting, because I don't know how that would even play out. It's just so completely random to me. Yeah.
Ravonna in the comics does let loose Alioth.
Yes.
Which, if we're going down with Mike's theory, it makes sense that Kang might be stuck in there because of Alioth.
Yes.
So she's trying to figure out, maybe she's taking the Lokis because she knows Lokis can survive, so they would get past Alioth and let him out.
And like the thing that does eventually tame Alioth is Tempest. I think maybe they might be replacing the Tempest with Sylvie and Loki's enchantment.
Or like retconning it?
Yeah. So now the enchantment is the thing that has, kept Alioth at bay, and now it's time for Kang to take out and reign supreme over every timeline.
So let's combine our theories here. So we'll say Loki's a possibility, but the inner nerd's main theory we're putting out there, Ravonna let out Elias accidentally.
Yeah.
That captured Kang in the castle.
Yeah.
They got Lokis there because the Lokis can figure out how to survive, and they just needed to figure out the right Loki, or Lokis, or Loki, whatever it is. Sylvie and Loki to figure out how to get through. So maybe that's why she took Sylvie.
Yeah.
Because they knew
In the first place.
Right. So and as she grew up, they knew that she was eventually Ryan's pointing and nodding at us. Robin, what do you think?
Thanks. Why don't you guys let us know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe to the channel.
I'm so excited. I'm sorry.
We are
Next
so
week,
excited for
one more
next week.
episode.
And we appreciate the support that we've gotten from you guys lately.
Yes.
A Black Widow breakdown is coming out. We just want to give you some time to watch it. So about a week or so, we'll get that out.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of other reaction videos down below that you can go check out. Share this with a friend. We'd greatly appreciate it. We will see you next time. Peace.